Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for returning back to watch another video. Today I'm going to give you some basic techniques on how to rip some real nice licks and some real nice technique with some simple direction. So I'm going to cover a few different things, and let's just follow along. I hope you're warmed up a little bit because we're going to play a few licks. The first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is to cover a double stop with 2 strings. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just walking you through the different techniques and how we play them. And I'll show you both hands. So you'll see both hands. In this first exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to take the string and bend it up. And then bring it back. And do one of these guys. So basically some technique that we're going to need to do is pull off I guess like a bend with a couple double stop. So the first thing we're going to do to learn this move it's just a great way to lead in, and it's a few techniques combined into one. So for you guys that are doing simple licks, these are the kind of things you'd want to work into next. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bend up this string. We're going to bend this third string. Right, get a nice even pitch there if you can. If not, just do the best you can. And we're going to take that note. We're going to fold this finger on the 2 strings. And I'm going to show you a couple of variations on this move. So if one way is easier than the other, you can go the easier way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold over and pick like this. And then I'm going to go down on the second string and up on the first. We never go down on the first string, ever, ever, ever. Down, up. That is a classic dime move. I guess everybody does it, but I saw him doing it a lot. So you see that? So we're going to get that pull up. However far you want to bend it, go ahead. So we're going to get that first move. So here I hit the second string and then I roll down for the first. Do that. I don't flat them for both. I don't do this. That's not what I'm doing. You could do that, but it is not as smooth a move. You need to learn, if you want to be the smoothest you can at this move, you need to fold the first finger and roll it. Like this. A lot of times we roll this to that. This is the opposite. We're going 2, flatting to 1. And then the picking again, I hate to say this, it's such a cliche, but in all my videos, I show you down, down, up picking. Because again, here it is once again. The down, down, up picking pattern on the right hand that you need to master. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Just like this move is a down, down, up, down, down, up. Down, down, up. It is the only way you're going to be able to pick it if you want to be smooth and repeat it quickly. Otherwise, pick it any way you want, but it won't be repetitively smooth. So again, down, down, up picking. I'm just sidestepping here for a minute. It's probably the most important picking technique you'll use when you're doing little short pentatonic licks. It's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's all it is. Now, after you get to this down, down, up, now you got to drop the finger, plant these other 2, and get in there for the 2 strings. Now, simply put, there is no easy way to do this. You must just work to make the transition. If you put together the transition slowly, as I've taught you in other videos how to do slow transitions to work your hard techniques, then you just apply that concept. There it is. Let me get the other hand in there. You're just going to convert. See? I'm here to that. So your little move would be this to that. Meaning one finger here, two fingers on the second string, and you're going from this to that. So it's two fingers. If you have these two fingers connected together the way I taught you in my other videos, then this is an easy thing to learn. And within 15 minutes, you should be able to do it fairly well. If you're not used to keeping these fingers together yet, you haven't taught yourself how to do that, then that's just a skill you're going to need to build. You can look at my videos or you can look at someone else's. If you ever want to see something in one of my videos, just type in what you want to see and then hit mezzy at the end and it'll come up because I have everything out there. So if you want to see bending, just put in mezzy bending or whatever, mezzy vibrato, mezzy double stop, whatever you want to do, and it'll be on my channel. Okay, because I pretty much covered almost everything. And if I haven't, I'll cover it again. But in this case, this is what you're doing. Bending it up, flatting, and then we're converting to this. And then, obviously, whatever amount of skill you have using vibrato, you would add that. Now, depending on what you're doing, how much grind you want to get in there, how much bleeding you want. Sometimes you mute one of the strings a little bit, and you get a little bit of that bleeding. Or you can get all the bleeding. And then what I like to do is, depending on what key I'm in, say I'm in D minor, I'll take the D, I'll float it right up. Complete the sound. So if you're just going to do the bend by itself, that's great that you're doing that, but it doesn't really go anywhere. You have to take it somewhere. So now you got to get creative on your own after that. So depending on what you're doing with it, obviously this is an E. You can lead off with a hammer-on pull-off section. Something like that, maybe. It depends on what you want to do. But when you're here, once you get here, the possibilities are now endless. This is one of the riffs I wrote for a song that is completely 100% influenced off of Revolution Is My Name. Just one of those jobs. So Dime, I told you in the other video, he likes that. And that's where I get it. I mean, I did it before then, but I really hooked onto it when I started hearing him do it all the time. I was like, I got to make that more. That's just wicked. Just like I used to use the whammy bar all the time. But when I saw him doing other things with it, I was like, wow, man, there's more creativity in there than I thought. So, again, you just take something somebody does and you just expand it into your own thing. That's all anybody else ever does. So that's what's going on with that move. Now, here's a old school Kirk Hammett style move that's off the first record, but again, it's the down, down, up thing. So I'll put a little extension on it for you so you can work on it because it's great for building smooth speed. You got a down, down, up lick here, and then two downs follow with two pull-offs. So you got more of a, then it's, it's all that down, down, up. So you just work the technique. Now, me, traditionally, I have a thumb hanging over the top when I do it. There's your down, down, up, and then your two pulls. Now these you can do down. You can do them down, up, or you can do them down, down. You should work both techniques because you really shouldn't be able to, you should be able to do everything and not be saying I can only do it one way, because if you can only do it one way, well then that way only works some of the time, and then the other part of the time which you would need the other way, you can't do it. So no one way is going to work all the time. It's just impossible, and it doesn't work that way. So you need to find every possible way that you can do something and then learn all the different ways so that when these things pop up in different songs, you can do them. Or you just have more creativity when you want to write your own music, because the more tools you put in your box, the bigger the structure you can build. See that? I'm not looking at the guitar, guys. I missed that note. I'm watching the video camera, so I'm not even looking at the guitar, because I have to make sure that what I show you is in, you can see it, so I have to look at the camera. Now, since I'm in the key of D minor, this F and this A and this B flat, they all work together. They're all in the same key, so I could do a little, or I could do a little. And then when I'm done, I like to slide into something. Put a little tail on the end. See, so that's a simple down, down, up exercise. Again, how important that down, down, up picking is. See that? Now, another move you can practice, which will really, really, really clean up your playing on your left hand, and I know a lot of guys do not believe this, but that's just too bad, because it is true that it works, and you'll find out right away when you can't do it. It's just a very simple thing, but to execute it takes skill. And here it is. Just a simple one finger open string pull off that walks the scale. Just to be able to do that clean like that and not have everything bleeding all over the place is a skill. Because if you get this, then you clearly have work to do. That's bleeding all over the place, and you could never put that on a recording, because an engineer won't even let you do that, because he doesn't want to be, you don't want his name on that. So if you were tracking, he probably would say to you, redo that, because you can't be bleeding all over like that, unless that was what you were going for, but I don't think it would be. So here we are, just a simple, clean technique, no pick. And you can start putting doubles in. Add in your slide and get a clean pull off when you're done. See that? You want a nice clean note when you do that pull off. Guys like Steve Vai and Satriani are wizards at this kind of technique. This stuff is awesome, and when you put it into your music and you play it well, it really sounds pretty cool. But there is a technique to it, and that is it. And you're going to need to be clean. Now, when you go to the other strings, it gets more difficult, because now your fingers can be touching strings on each side of them, and that just makes it even more difficult. So begin with this and pick a key. Always pick a key. Do not just aimlessly run the guitar neck. You will be wasting your time. You're only learning one technique when you do that. But if you don't know all the keys, you could practice every single key on each string one at a time and be there forever doing this exercise. So stay to your popular keys like E, C, and G, E minor, C major, G major, or E minor, C major, A minor type of thing. To stay to a B minor, D major thing, and just find your way. double string thing, going like this. It works your picking. It works clean, tight picking. Now, is this inside or outside picking? Okay. Another thing you can practice is just really working technique and melody on one string with alternate picking. Now, I know everybody's used to this, but how about this? How about that? Something like that. Let me get the right hand in there for you. Four notes or three, either way, you're picking them all. So you're either pulling off the string or you're not. It's another technique to know. Then you could leave the finger down. Another thing you could do is you could roll your trills. Everybody trills, right? We all know to go. You see me do it in the boxes all the time. But what if you wanted to go horizontally and wail down the guitar, right? Wail down this neck, choke that thing. Ah! Well, you would need to do something like this. I'm going to slide this over first. That skill is, there's two parts of this skill, folks. The first skill is being able to move this finger fast and tight. So if you don't have that skill down, something like that, right? Because you're going to go. So you're really just, that's the technique. Then you add in a little trill. And then you get what you get. So, it's just trilling, but you're moving it horizontally. Now, sitting in a spot and just moving one spot over is where you get all your speeds. Your speed comes from being able to shift this small thing, and then you just, it's one at a time. One, 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 one. So it's, that's the first thing you'd want to do is get speed between two frets. So this, and then you want to keep the same count for each thing. So if you're doing 4 apiece, then everything needs to be 4 apiece. So that's just trilling horizontally. And then you do a little pull-off thing. Let me get to the other string, the other pickup, and it'll be a little cleaner for you. I like my neck pickup, but sometimes it gets a little, it bleeds really badly. And that's why I like it for certain things, but not for this. So being on the neck pick, being on your bridge pickup for this will give you a lot cleaner tone. That's basic trilling horizontally versus trilling through your box. Oh my gosh, we're out of tune. There it is. Now, I pinch an awful lot, guys. I do an awful lot of pinching. The main reason I do a lot is because I'm very good at it and I like it. I got very good at it because I like it. So, I'm going to show you how to pinch a note in 3 seconds or less. Nah, it'll take you about 10 seconds to learn how to do this technique. Really, realistically, it'll take you 20 seconds to learn this whole thing. It'll take 15 to 20 seconds for me to explain it, and then by then you'll know exactly what you're doing. So let me tell you in 15 seconds what is the secret to pinching your strings really easily like that. Because I'm so badass at picking the string with a pinch that I can do it without a pick. I can just make my fingers pinch the strings. I've done it in other videos to show you. So if you want to see it, you got to look at some of my other videos. I'm not going to show you here because I want you to go check out another video if you want to see it. But some other videos I show you how to pinch with no hand, with no pick. But that's not what we're doing here because that's only for guys that have been picking for decades. So the basic way you're going to pinch your strings is like this, guys. You got to make your thumb, this part of the thumb, hit with this point. So you got to have it like that. You got to roll that thumb over that point. If you're playing back like this, then you'll never ever pinch. You'll get to the moon before you pinch a string because this sucks. And this is shitty technique. If you're playing like this, your technique sucks. I'm just telling you that because this is garbage. You will never play anything well like this. You're not going to rake. You're not going to sweep. You're not going to do anything. This is garbage. Your thumb must, and I mean must, like you don't have a choice or you die. You must be up on the point so you can roll over and change the percentage of skin to pick that you are playing with. Every single technique you do, whether it's raking, sweeping, tapping, picking, alternate picking, down picking, pinching, whatever, always uses this with this. Every single frickin' time. And if you're one of those players that's back here, I would just drop you out of my own schedule because you stand no chance of ever being really, really, really good. You can be okay. You can be decent. But you can't be like, if you're driving sitting in the back seat, it can probably be done, right? You can reach the pedals if you got 7 feet of fucking leg. But most people don't drive from sitting in the back seat. But I guess it could be done. So just because you can do this doesn't mean you should. This leads you to terrible technique. This is worse than an athlete who smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. Because even the athlete who smokes could still win a race every now and then or still do his job on the field, just struggling. But you can't even do your technique like this because you have no skin touching the pick. You must have what I call, and I've been saying it in 100 and something videos, skin to pick ratio. If you don't have it, you got nothing. And I'm trying to be blunt and a little bit slightly, harsh because I want you to understand what I'm telling you. You're going to waste your own freaking time. You're only on this planet for so much time before you're going to drop dead. Some years are not going to see old age. Some years are going to have heart attacks when you're in mid-age because not everybody lives to 80, 90 years old. So if you're one of those guys who's on limited time and you don't even know it yet, well, you'd at least like to be able to get the most out of your playing before you drop dead, right? I mean, you're only on the earth for so much time. Why not make the best of it? So play your maximum guitar. Get the darn skin on your friggin' thumb to touch with the goddamn pick. I'm sick of hearing everybody say to me, how do you pinch? How do you pinch? How do you pinch? You guys are smart. All my listeners are smart because you all make progress. The new guys, don't even ask me any questions about picking this pinch. Go back to my other videos because I'm not answering any questions on pinching because I'm telling you right now how it goes. You must have the thumb scraping the string with the edge of this pick, and your thumb's got to be close enough that you can roll it over and make it disappear when you need it. Because guess what? Most of the time you're playing, you're like this. But when you want the pinch or you want the rake, when you rake, you got to have a little bit of palm mute in there or the rake is sloppy. You're going to need to roll it over and create that with this thumb. So I'm going to tell you bluntly, how you hold this pick is 80% of how you're going to play the guitar. 20% is over here. And 80% is what you do over here. Just like when those karate guys will try to tell you that it's 90% mental and 10% physical, I tell them that's bullshit because I'm 200 and something pounds and ain't no 130-pound guy kicking my butt with all the mental prayer he wants to use. You can use all the mental garbage you want. I'm 200 and something pounds. You're not picking me up when you're 120 pounds, right? It's just not going to happen. So you can use all the mental work you want. You're not lifting a building with mentalness. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not what they say. It's mostly physical here. You got to be right on spot with this pick because watch, I can't show you both. I mean, I guess I could, but Here's what happens. I come in with the pick, right? And I do this. I roll it over. And then when I hit the string, look at where my pick is. It's buried. Can you see it? Like, it's buried. There's no way you could see it underneath? My pick does not stick out farther than my thumb. It's not like that. It's tucked in. So that when I hit, the skin hits with the pick. Now, I can't make it any more clear than that. If you can't understand that, then you just need to have a serious amount of dedication to be sitting there till you can get it. Because it's what I call skin to pick ratio. That's what you need. Now, look at where I'm holding it. Right? That pick is sticking out just a little bit so that the skin of my thumb scrapes with that pick. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I am telling you. And then the other thing is where on your guitar, you got to learn where on your guitar you're going to hear that noise. Now, on most guitars, it's right in front of your neck pickup. It's always somewhere between the two humbuckers. If you're playing on single coils, oh my gosh, like good luck. You need to be really, really good because they're not meant for it at all. But when you have two humbuckers, you shouldn't have that single coil in the middle. That's no good. Get that out of there. Take it out. I don't approve of it. I don't like it. I'll tell everybody, get rid of that middle pickup. It's useless for every single style of guitar. There is no purpose to it, and everything sounds crappy in that middle spot. It's just a bad spot. That's why it's not known for anything, and especially when you're playing on humbuckers. So you should not have a guitar with. If you're going to pinch, right, and your spot's right in the middle, and you got that single coil laying in the middle, I mean, how many times you can hit that thing with your pick, right? I mean, I hit it 3 times and tossed my guitar right in the trash because I don't use those. I can't stand them. But that's a challenge for so many people, and I just don't want to hear it because you're on the wrong guitar. So bottom line is, you need the space in between the two pickups because all that space changes the tone. And when you're playing live or even just playing and you poke your pick in and hit that plastic guard thing that's over that pickup, that little humbuck, that little single coil guard plastic thing that's over the magnets, you just annoys the heck out of people. So I don't know how you even do it. But again, when you're on a guitar like this with just 2 humbuckers, anywhere in here, you can get that sound. It just changes as you move around. See, my tone is brighter up here. It changes along the way. And guys, that is how you pinch. You need the skin to pick ratio. You can't have an ego. You got to say to yourself, you know what? Let me just try this. Let me work it. Let me change my technique. I know it feels different because it might be different if you have to change over to the proper way. But like I tell everybody, the right way is the right way. So eventually the new way that you feel is wrong will be right because it just feels wrong right now. But because it's correct, eventually it will feel right. And you don't really have much of a choice, do you? You either learn from people who know more than you, or you walk your own path and clear your own way, and then you're the innovator doing your own thing. So then you don't need lessons because you already know what you're going to be doing. And so if that's the case, then you show me how to pinch a different way, because that's what pinching is all about, and that's just the way it is. Oh, and by the way, when you do the pinch like that, you're moving, you're in motion. So 1 minute you're not. 1 minute your pick is not like the way you need it for pinching. It's for picking. You got it stretched out for picking, so your thumb is away from the point. And in a split millisecond, you got to flip that skin on that thumb. So what I'm telling you is when I go from the chord to the pinch, I'm adjusting this. But it's happening so quickly at a millisecond's notice that you don't even see me do it. And no one would see you do it, but you would know you're moving your thumb. You would know you're adjusting your finger to make the pinch. Because you can't play with the pinch set. You can't play set for the pinch when you're picking. And when you're picking, you can't be ready for the pinch. They're 2 different techniques. That's why you have to be able to roll the thumb. So if you don't understand that, I don't know what else to say. It's, I have 100% success rate with people learning how to pinch when you follow what I tell you. Now, it might take you 10 minutes or 2 hours. And you might take those 2 hours might be spread out over 2 weeks because you might not play a lot. Or you might only spend 3 minutes a day doing this and then say to somebody, hey, Mezzy, you took me a whole month to learn how to do that. Well, the truth is I'm not telling you, Mezzy, that I only spent, a minute a day on it. It took me a month. If you spend 2 hours straight, I don't even think it would take you 2 hours. So be dedicated, be patient, love practicing, enjoy the guitar. Don't expect to be great overnight because it takes work. This is an acquired skill. That means you have to acquire it over time. It's just like bodybuilding. It doesn't happen in a day. But look at guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's just a beast, and it took him years to get there. So same thing for you. You want to be vested in this thing for real and have permanent skills. It's going to take you time, but you got to love practicing. Now I know you guys who come back to watch are legitimate and you want real guitar lessons, and that's why you're watching. So that's why I'm trying to explain to you so that you don't waste your time later on. I might be a little rude and harsh in these videos, but you're going to learn. And you're not going to be saying in 6 months, wow, it really didn't work out. He said it would and it didn't. It's going to work because everything does that I show you here. And if it doesn't, what do I tell you? Leave me a comment and I'll explain it again. I'll show you another way. You want private lessons? My lessons are dirt cheap. They're dirt cheap. Just message me. They're less than music store lessons. So just hit me up. And anything else you need, just leave a comment and I'll be pumping these videos out for different things we're doing along the way. And if you want to see anything specific, you got to let me know because I can't read your mind. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you watching my channel. I hope you liked and subscribed, and maybe you can share it a little bit to get it out there so other people can benefit from it as well. See you guys in another awesome video.